here we are. We made it to Salt Lake City, Utah, and of course the first thing we had to do was go ahead and get our food supply. Look at that right there. That's nice hiker trash food. So we're loading up and then we're gonna be heading to the trail. Taking our first little break, stretching our legs on this long drive. So if you come out here and do the Uintas, just be aware it's a little bit of a drive to get to the trailhead. But we've got the shuttle here. We're kind of out here in the high desert right now, and the mountains are way off kind of in the distance out there. Not much longer, a couple hours and we'll be there. Well, it was a long 5-hour drive through the countryside of Utah, but we have arrived. This is actually the Eastern Terminus of the Highline Trail right here. We got a full moon almost. Full moon's gonna be happening in another day or two. So the Highline Trail also goes by 025 along the route. We're camping right here at the trailhead. We're only about 100 yards, 100 feet away from it. I just wanted you guys to see our campsite here. My duplex and Steve's duplex, and Joe's got the new Pleximid tent over here. Well, we are going to get to sleep here real soon. We've been up for a long time. Well, we're leaving our campsite behind. Our first night right here at the trailhead. From here, it's about 104 miles in length. A lot of people don't start here just because this section of the trail, the first 20 miles or so through the forest before you get to the highlands, is not as well marked. But from what we've heard, the trail crew has put a lot of work into it. How you feeling, Matt?
I'm ready to
You
get
ready
out
to
here,
roll?
baby. Yeah, this drive up here, it was like magical. I've never even seen mountains like we're about to be in. So.
I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting it to look like it did.
I'm excited.
We saw a little bit of everything, you know? You ready to hike, Joe?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I've been ready for a little while now. Probably an hour at least.
You can see behind us here, Chris and Gordon, they're going to be filming a documentary, so we're going to be moving a little bit slower on this hike, but I think it's great. It'll give us some time just to really take it all in. And there were elk. We heard some elk last night. I actually saw one right over here this morning around 6 a.m. So we've got our normal crew here. We got Plugging In Hikes.
What's going on?
He just got done with John Muir Trail. Did you enjoy that?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
And the long trail back to back.
The long trail back.
Man, that's not bad. Cannonball comes with us on all of our hikes. Joe, of course. And we have to bring Matt with us.
You don't have to. I appreciate it.
Nobody would plan anything if it wasn't for Matt.
Yeah.
It would be all random walking. Everybody downloaded the GPS, right?
Nope, just Matt.
Just Matt.
Anyways, we're gonna go. We're gonna start hiking.
It's a pretty good day so far. Getting ready to walk a few miles. Hopefully there'll be water at some point. It's a little iffy.
So this is Chris here. Chris Smead, Outmersive Films, and Gordy.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
There we go. As we kind of came through the little forest and the big old meadows, really it reminds me of the end of the overland track in Tasmania, where you kind of go through the rainforest. The trees kind of look like this, and the mountains looked very similar. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, after crossing that meadow back there, we started a little bit of a climb through the forest, but it's not too bad. How you liking this first uphill?
It's great. No problem at all.
Not too bad, huh?
Yeah.
I can't even tell we're at 8,000 feet or so.
At least, right? Definitely feel the elevation.
Yeah, definitely. We made it up here to the top of this first little kind of mountain or ridge out from the meadows. We're probably about a mile in. I'm definitely feeling the elevation so far. Living in Florida does not help with elevation, that's for sure. And it's been about 2 or 3 weeks since I finished the long trail. Legs feel good. So we'll just see if how my head does. I brought some ibuprofen, a little bit more than normal. I usually try not to take them unless if I have to. I might be popping a few more on this hike. Well, we just had a little navigation issue back there. Not even that far into the trail. There's kind of on an ATV trail, and there was an unmarked trail that turned to the left. There was a ton of logs, but it looked like it was more of a hiking trail, so there's really no way to know which way to go. So what we did, we just continued on the ATV trail, and they actually connected not even 5 minutes away. So it's getting a little toasty. Oh, there's a stream. I'm carrying 5 liters of water. I just don't know if I need to, but I don't want to not have water, and this section's supposed to be more dry. We're probably around 9,000 feet or so. This is supposed to be the section that people don't want to hike. I think they made a mistake by not hiking this section.
This reminds me of that section of the Ocala National Forest, only except being prairie in here. It's all water and swamp, and you have to make this big loop around. Hopkins Prairie. Like,
well, we're about probably a little over 4 miles from the start, and we just reached a reservoir. There's supposed to not be much water. We've passed 3 springs so far and a creek, so there's been quite a bit, at least just during the first 4 miles. We just took a lunch break here, actually right back there, just kind of tucked in under some trees in the shade. It's warming up, but we had thunderstorms that popped up, and it looks like out here, like it does in most higher mountain areas, in the afternoons you get a lot of pop-up thunderstorms, so we'll see if we get any today or not. We are about probably 6 to 7 miles in. We've kind of hit our first little downhill. It's been gradual up for the entire day so far, and it's going to be a gradual up all the way till we get to the actual highlands. And it's looked like this now for a few miles. The sun is definitely intense. I thought about bringing my umbrella, but I left it behind. I must say, for a little bit of the day today, I've been regretting that decision. But I'm not burning or anything, but just the actual intensity of the sun. It'd be nice to be walking in shade the whole time, but I'm not going to think about it too much. It's tough to tell where the trail is, right? But that's just because it doesn't get much traffic. You can actually see the maintenance work that they've done on here. We've seen some fresh cuts. I mean, look right here, speak of the devil. We got some more fresh cuts here. If it wasn't for my watch telling me that we're at about 10,000 feet in elevation, I don't think I would naturally think I was at 10,000 feet right now. If you start at the far Eastern Terminus, definitely is more of a route through here. There's, as you can see, there's not much of a trail, and it looks like you could pretty much hike anywhere. And I just got off trail a little bit, and Joe kind of corrected me. And so you really have to watch out for these rock cairns. But they do have them placed pretty well on here. You usually can see, at least through this section, you've been able to see another one most of the time when you're standing at one. We're getting close to the end of our day. We were only doing 12 today, even though it's actually one of our longest days on the trail. But as you can see right here in this section, it's really not even a trail. It's just walking through the meadow again, but how beautiful is this? So what we're looking for now is a turnoff. We're gonna be hiking about a half a mile off trail to a water source, because we haven't had much water sources at all. We haven't had any water sources at all in the last like 7 miles, maybe 8 miles. So started day 2, and I didn't film last night when we got here to our camp spot, because for the first time in my hiking life, I was experiencing severe elevation sickness and threw up twice, wasn't able to keep my food down. So I went to bed at about 6 o'clock last night, which stinks because look at this camp spot right here on this meadow. But I'm feeling a lot better. So that's good. So we'll see how day 2 is. We've only got about 10 miles to do today, and it's going to be more forest hiking again. Yesterday was pretty easy hiking, not much climbing. I think we had 2,000 feet of elevation gain over the 12 miles total, so it wasn't bad. So today will be good, and then tomorrow we'll be getting up into the High Uintas for the first time above tree line. So, and then at that point, what you see around me is going to completely change.
This business model will never work for you. Because you can't live with nothing.
Did you see the turn off?
No, I didn't. Just looking at the map.
Well, we're back in the forest. We just left our camp spot back there at that beautiful meadow. And the forest is really thick. A lot of trees through here, a lot of down trees through here. It'll probably look like this for a lot of the day today. But tomorrow, it's probably going to start to change. We're feeling good this morning though. Much better than I felt yesterday.
Peace out, Daddy-o.
Switchbacks are good.
Heck yeah, baby. Yeah, and if you look out there, you actually see a lake or a reservoir, one or the other. How are your lungs feeling right now?
Pain and suffering. Good description.
Or do you ever ask yourself why you do this?
It's still pretty cool. It's easy to forget the pain.
Yeah. And here comes Joe.
Hey, Redbeard, how's it going? The pack feels too heavy and the air feels too thin.
Right? That's not a good recipe right there.
At least the trail is really flat.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. We're getting close.
What? Full plateau?
I think. Yeah, so we're at about, let's see, 10,170 feet. The air is thin. I'm 10,000 feet higher than where I live right now. So out there is Flaming, I think it's called Flaming Gorge. You can see the water. God, look at the mountains. We're pretty much at the top. Perfectly stacked. Maybe people have just stacked it. There's another one right there. So we're actually a little bit off trail, but this is the first real view that we've had. So we wanted to hit it. Well, that was a fun little break spot up there.
It was amazing.
Wasn't it?
I'm loving this hike.
We haven't even
There's
got
no walking involved in this hike.
for each hour we hike, we pretty much break an hour, which has been kind of pleasant. It's been pleasant, huh? Well, we're at about 10,400 feet right now, and we've had thunderstorms kind of all around us today. We've had three different spurts of hail as we've been hiking. The last was when we were breaking for lunch, about marble size. It was not a downpour, thank goodness, but it was enough that we kind of climbed under trees. We've probably got about maybe 3 miles left today, and we're up on this ridge right now. Yeah. I've only seen one really good bolt of lightning, but it was actually in this direction, and it's pretty far from us, but hopefully we can make it to camp before the skies open up. Our fourth spurt of hail. You can see a little bit of it on me. It's falling down here. Small little pieces right now, but we'll see. if it gets bigger. Hopefully it doesn't. This isn't too bad though, right now. I'm closer and closer to the High Uintas. Look at this. This is definitely one of the best views we've had of them. And we are just dodging these thunderstorms, I'll tell you. We got dark clouds here, and you can see some rain falling. I think it's just a matter of time before we're gonna get hit, but it's pretty cool to see the mountains that we're gonna be going up into tomorrow. I can't wait for it. I just came to a little path here. Let's see, I assume the trail goes this way. I think it goes this way. There's no markers right here. We have a GPS file. We might have to pull that out and see if we don't see a rock cairn or a blaze. The blazes have been really, really good through here though. Well, we've been hiking in the forest most of the day today, but we're kind of hitting our first meadow. It's kind of muddy here. There's been some big hoofs. It could be cows too. We've seen a good amount of cows. Man, look at this. Look how beautiful that is. Yeah, this really is awesome. I love getting to these meadows. You can see how green the grass is. There's not a stream here, but there's probably one further down. There's supposed to be one here close by. We just came out of that. Look how thick it is. Pretty cool. Okay, let's go find some water. The trail is actually walking kind of right through the middle of this meadow. As you can see, you would really have no way of knowing unless if you had the GPS file through here, because there's just no way for them to blaze it without putting some posts. They probably need to put some posts out here so people can navigate through this section. But I think what's going to happen is we're going to walk down here and then turn to the right and head up the meadow that direction. But you can see we're walking right towards the High Uintas, so not too far, not too far. We're walking in a pretty cool place. I think a 360-degree view is needed right now. Pretty incredible. And there you are, Leedy Peak. We're getting closer and closer with every step. We'll be there soon. Camp spot number 2. This is a dry spot, and we're at elevation 10,200 feet. I've got my duplex tucked in over there in that nice little shady spot. We've still got quite a few hours of sunlight. Steve here, on the other hand, it was cloudy when we got here, but the clouds moved, and yeah, now you're in the sun, huh?
Yeah, so, you know, I'm looking for a spot. By the time I found this horrible spot, Joe had already had his tent up, and I think I heard him snoring, and he's probably happier than everybody here. So I'm in the sun and I'm burning up, you know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go lay over there
In the shade for a while.
In the shade.
Yeah, so Steve's got a award-winning spot. Joe's got a pretty nice spot. Well, your feet are getting.
Yeah, it's only like the top quarter of me is still in the shade.
Yeah,
the sun's moving like that way, so I'm gradually,
Oh, is it? Oh,
I
okay.
think it's making me more and more in the sun as it
Oh no.
sets.
Oh no.
So I might have to go lay by that rock with Steve or something. I don't know.
Benny right here, he's got a good spot too. He's tucked in the shade. Not too bad. And here's Matt. His Plexamid tent. He's got a good spot. Well, the sun. Oh, okay, yeah.
30% in the sun.
Well, let's go check out the rest of the tents here. Gordy, how's your spot over here? He's in the shade. He's good. We got to work on your pitch here. Yeah, I'm kind of digging the view from my tent right now tonight.